All right, we're here with Cesar Gonzalez,
Yes, sir.
contestant on Road to the Title Season 3. How excited are you, my man, to be in the limelight and seeing yourself up there on the big screen?
Man, it's a surreal thing. It's kind of like hard to watch at times. That you're watching, you're like, oh, that's me. It's it's weird because I've never experienced something like that, but definitely, I feel like it's a great opportunity. That's what it was for me, and I took advantage of it, and so here we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's bring it way back, my man. I want to talk about little Cesar, what it was
Yeah.
like growing up for you, your family lineage and history.
Yeah, so I mean, I was born and raised here in Miami. My parents came to Miami early 80s, with had me and my sister here. Just it was just really us growing up. Um, 95% of my family is back in Panama. So I mean, I've been going to Panama since I was 8 months old. They put me on a plane at 8 months old. I've been I countless times. I can't even. I'm actually headed out tomorrow. So
Amazing.
yeah, that's home for me. But yeah, I grew up here. Sports, school was that's all I really did. Calm kid. Not didn't get in too much trouble. But my family lineage goes back to fighting is kind of something that's in us. My dad and are you a boxing fan as well? Do you watch some boxing?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Not
A little
not the
bit.
most
So
avid fan, but yeah.
Roberto Duran, which is probably the most famous Panamanian. He's a legend in the boxing stage, and him and my dad were close friends. And I just grew up. My mom would take me to the at the time it was like closed circuit television. You had to go to a spot to watch the fights, and I mean I was in there
Mhm.
2 years old, so like it's something that I've always liked,
Yeah.
something that I've always I mean, I watch every UFC card, every boxing fight, I love it. I love it's
Mhm.
something that I mean that mano to mano thing is something that's always intrigued me.
Gotcha. Did you feel like you kind of grew up like that you had to fight for everything that you got? Like it kind of seems like there's that dog in you that has a little bit of a different motivation behind you.
Yeah, I mean, growing up like early on, my father passed away when I was 6 years old, so for a lot of it, it was just me and my mom, and so I was raised by all woman household,
Mhm.
and it was tough. You had to grow up, kind of be the man of the house early, and but yeah, I haven't had an easy life, but I haven't. I would say I've had a lot of support, from the people that love me and friends and
Mhm.
family. So I've never really felt alone. But yeah, I mean, everything's always been a little bit more difficult just growing up that way, in a single
Yeah.
family, a single parent home, and it's hard. But I mean, my mom did a great job. She raised me to be a man,
Mhm.
and values and take care of my kids. I have two kids of my own now. Um,
Mhm.
and it's I see myself in her, if that makes sense. Like things that
Sure.
I do, it's similar to the things that she would do, and I just feel like she ingrained that in me early. So
Mhm.
it's been tough, growing up that way. But I mean, push through like everything else.
Totally. I mean, from an athletic standpoint, you talked about kind of playing sports. Was it more so on the combat sports side of things, or did you get into team sports as well?
Yeah, so growing up, it was more team sports. I did karate like most kids
Mhm.
growing up. Just playing around. But everything I started off playing baseball, that transitioned into basketball. Like pretty much anything sports related, I played. Soccer. I mean, anything that would really get me out of class, really. So if you get to go into those early games, we take trips, and I love all that stuff, man. I love being on a
Yeah.
team. I love sports in general.
Awesome, man. Like when you were growing up, what did you want to be when you became an adult?
I mean, growing up, um, I always thought I would be like some type of combat athlete. Like I would see it and I'm like I can do that. I can. And once I got into like adulthood, I started my MMA training, and like I loved it. Day one, well, I'll be honest with you. Day one, I was like, man, this might not be for me because they blew me up. I was like, I didn't expect it to be that tough, but I
Yeah.
never quit. I kept coming back. I kept coming back. Then I had children, and my life took a different course. And I like went back to school, finished school, did all that stuff, and kind of left it in the back burner. But it's always been like on the back of my mind.
Mhm.
And honestly, what I would love to do is something in that field, whether it be like scouting or just like looking for guys. that want to be a part of this, and that's where I feel I would fit the best.
Gotcha. So growing up in Miami, I mean, I'm sure there's good neighborhoods. I'm sure there's bad neighborhoods.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, what kind of circles did you find yourself kind of running in, and how have those experiences shaped you?
yeah. I mean, honestly, like my mom, like from an early age, she put us in private school because she was terrified of that, what you're saying, because there is, the bad side of Miami and there's the good side. So
Yeah.
she tried to kind of keep us away, and she did, man. I honestly, back then I didn't really understand it. I wanted to go to public school because I wanted to play football. We didn't have a football team at my school, so, and that's something that I wanted to try, something I thought I'd be good at. But she was just like, no, stay where you are. And I mean, I went to the same school from kindergarten through 12th grade. Like, so
Mhm.
it's a very rare thing here in Miami. But,
Totally.
like I said, I appreciate her sacrifice and getting me through it. And
Mhm.
luckily, that kept me away from, any vices, any getting in trouble, anything like that. I was just all about, man, school and sports. That's pretty much what I was about.
Awesome, man. Before you got your run in Power Slap, like what were you doing for a career? What were you doing with your life in general?
So, like right now, I work in sales. I'm a yeah, and very 100% completely different from what this is. I went to school for hospitality. So before sales, I was in the hotel business, and I love meeting people and love helping people. And I think like hospitality got me a little bit used to just meeting people from all different parts of the world. I was working in Miami Beach, which is a big tourist area here in
Mhm.
Miami, and just meeting people from all sorts of walks of life and just getting to know them and asking questions. And that transitioned into sales. So I work for United Rentals now, which is one of the biggest rental company in the world. So it's a great job, but this side of me is still in there, and that's why I took advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to ask you next. Like, so what enticed you about Power Slap and wanting to, put your chin on the line?
So honestly, man, like I said, like I've said, I've never been afraid to like go one on one with anybody. I've always been like, okay, I've always been that type of guy. Like, okay, me and you, let's see who walks out, type of
Mhm.
thing. And I've gotten into plenty of fights, plenty of things. So I saw it as an opportunity, something that was growing, something that I might get into. I do have an end goal that I'm not sure that I'm ready to share,
Okay.
but um, it's I have a plan right now. Everything's going according to plan, so
Mhm.
hopefully I can share that with you, in the future. Just I don't want to put it out there quite yet,
Totally.
but I know where I want to be in this sport, and in general in combat. So hopefully, things work out. If they don't, I'll still let you know. If they do, I'll be like, this is what it was. So
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to this next step. If I get invited back, if I still I'm a very competitive guy, but
Mhm.
I'm, I'm okay with losing, but I'm not okay with losing how I lost, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
absolutely.
So um I'm a very competitive guy. Like I can't go out like that. Like that
Mhm.
won't be that. I mean, I'm 100% positive that if they call me right now, the answer will be yes, because I still have my plan going. I still want what I want. I have goals, and hopefully I can share that with you guys soon.
Awesome. I mean, can you tell me this? Is that goal still in Power Slap, or are you trying to entertain some MMA or some boxing? Like, what is that future? Can you give me a general idea of what it looks like?
Yeah. So I mean, it could be power slap. It could be, I pretty much want to get in front of Dana White and just have a conversation, and
Mhm.
just hit something. And I mean, I'm 34 years old. Like it's getting to the point where it's hard on my body to like I'm in the gym every day. You're trying to trying to stay ready for this.
Yeah.
Before, when I got the call for this, I was like, all right. I mean, I went to the gym regularly, but this you take it up a level.
Mhm.
I mean, your body doesn't react the same when you're in your mid 30s, and you only get older. So it's like I'm aware that maybe my window is closing.
Mhm.
So I feel like I can add value in different avenues in combat in general, and that's my goal really.
Gotcha. What's your training look like on a day-to-day basis?
So I mean, I hit the gym I every day pretty much. I mean, I'll take. 1 or 2 days off, maybe sometimes two in a week, sometimes one. I try, I hit a different body part every day, just try to get my cardio in. I've incorporated a lot of network now with, after since coming back from the show,
Hmm.
and a lot of, the Jostercise. That, I mean, that thing is great. I mean, I'm not trying to plug them just because, they gave me a free one, but that, I mean, you feel different when you constantly, doing it every day for a few minutes a day.
Hmm.
And that's what my training really looks like. I'm in the gym maybe an hour and a half every single day,
Awesome, man.
and that includes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That includes taking my son to jujitsu practice and rolling with him on Saturdays because I got to teach. Jujitsu is something that I love to do. That's one of my goals is get a black belt in jujitsu.
Hmm.
That's, hopefully my life just shifts and I can focus on that. But that's definitely another one of my goals.
Awesome, man. Great to hear, dude.
Yeah.
Since the show coming out, people seeing you, I'm probably, like, what does your work think of all this? Your family, your friends,
Man.
they excited for you? Like, are they saying like they don't want you to do it again? Like, what's kind of been the general sentiment?
I mean, well, I've had the support of the right people, so that's important. My wife is 100% support. Like, she's amazing, man. I couldn't even explain to you just the positivity she feeds me, and just pushing me to be better on days that maybe I don't want to go to the gym. Like, she'll be like, oh, go get it together, do it. And my boss, really, my boss, I talked to him about. He's one of my closest friends. Like, we've known each other for 20 years at this point. And I told him about this opportunity way ahead of time, and he was just like, "Man, I mean, we'll cover you. We'll do whatever you need to do, man. I know it's something that interests you and something that you want to do." So I've had the support from the right people. Obviously, most people are like, "Oh, you're crazy. Why would you do that?" So I have to go into explanation. But I mean, I think that's normal. I would, I think that's true. You do have to be a little bit off to do this because I mean, it's tough. I don't think a lot of people would do it, but probably the only person that's told me don't do it again is my mom. But that's mom, so I understand her. But I'm just like, yeah, 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 dude, don't worry about it. So
100%. Yeah. Are your children old enough to watch you up there, or are you kind of
yeah,
not
yeah,
showing them yet?
yeah. No, they're old enough. I have a 15-year-old daughter. I mean, I started young, so I have a
Yeah, yeah.
15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. So yeah, they see it. They're like, oh my god, dad, you're you're great. But they support me. I mean, like I said, I'm full of support, full of love from the right people, and that's all that matters. But it doesn't matter what people online think. It doesn't matter what acquaintances think. But as long as you have the support from the right people pushing
Mhm.
you, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I'll give you an opportunity. If, Frank, Dana, Erica, if any of them are watching this interview, what do you want to say
Yeah.
to them?
Hey man, Frank, Erica, Dana, I'm ready. I'm ready for that call. I've stayed ready. I'm not taking time off. I'm keeping my weight where it needs to be. I mean, I'm coming with a different mentality than the first time. The first time I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it would feel like. I didn't know what it was like to be knocked out. I really didn't. I've never been knocked out. I've sparred millions of rounds. I've had a bunch of fights. I didn't know if it was possible, but I know it is now. So like, the preparation is just taking a whole nother level. Put me in, like I said from the beginning, the first DM, that's what it said. Put me in, you're gonna see. You're gonna see, and we're gonna make some noise.
Awesome, my man. I appreciate you joining us. Hopefully, it's not the last that we see you, man. Stay in touch. I hope you get that call real soon, and you'll be back at it up there again, being part of the Power Slab ecosystem. So keep training
Absolutely, man.
hard, and good things happen to good people. I know you're a great dude, and hopefully, we'll see your skill set up there. To redeem
Yeah.
yourself once again.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the coverage. I know it's a growing thing. We don't get a lot, there's not a lot of outlets. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort. I mean, it takes a lot. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it a
Awesome,
lot.
awesome. Thank you,
And
Cesar.
there is one thing that I wanted to touch on, like, because
Okay.
the subject of today, that
Yeah, yeah.
about the post that was put up and what I said in the comment. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm a sore loser because I'm not, man. I lose all the time. I know how to lose. Like I said, I lose.
Sure.
I find I'll get up a million times if I lose a million times.
Hmm.
But it's more for like the safety of us, really, because I mean, when I took that first shot at the wrong count, like
Hmm.
I didn't realize how, at the time, it was just like I was really confused. The first of all, I was confused. I was like, Did
Yeah.
like I thought I was wrong. I was like, did I not brace on time? Did I? But it's more like, and I Luke, we've talked. I don't think Luke did that on purpose. I don't think he's that type of guy. I really don't. That's not the point of this. But we do need to be more conscious of what we're doing if we're going to be professionals. We're licensed up there. We're professionals. We all heard the rules. We all heard what it is, and we've all seen it. We all know. So think about it like I mean, if you're just standing there, you're relaxed. We're already giving. I mean, we're already letting the other person talk us as hard as they possibly can without being able to defend ourselves.
Totally.
That's the only defense that we have, is being able to brace. If
Yeah.
you take that away, like, it could have been a lot worse. He ruptured my eardrum, and like on the second one, I couldn't even bite down on my mouthpiece. So I was like, I mean, I know I'm not gonna be able to take it, but I could have been like, I can't continue. I can't bite down on my mouthpiece, but I'm, like I said, I'm just like, fuck it, let's go. I'm that type of guy. But it could have been worse. It could have been a jaw. It could have been, you can kill somebody. A guy like Luke, who's a big, brolicky, bodybuilding, big guy, strong, because he's an ox. Really, he is. I mean, you could cause a lot of damage like that. So that's the reason that I want to like put that out there. Like, maybe that should be something that's always on our minds. Like, you cannot go on the wrong count. Like, the guy has to be ready to take the impact, because that's the only defense we have. That's it. That's being able to brace. I mean, and I took it, I ate it, but I mean, I was hurt, man. I was hurt. It wasn't. I know it up there. You're full of adrenaline, and it looks like I took it, and I was, whatever. But I mean, we're humans. Like, you're gonna feel the shit. So that's the only reason I wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
But like I said, Luke is a great dude, man. We talked. I know that he didn't do it on purpose, but we have to be conscious about what we're doing up there, because you could cause a lot of damage like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've seen it one or two times, in the 200 plus matches in Power Slap. I think it's the first time that we've seen the injury to the extent that you did. Hopefully it's the last, but it's probably not. And I think it makes for a good conversation to have. And that's part and parcel, obviously, why we have this conversation. We have this debate, because you're 100% right. If you are getting hit when you're not expecting it and you're not clinched, the potential risk is probably actually at its greatest, in regards to the sport. So I think it's, I hope is last time we hear of it. It's probably not going to be, but I mean, unfortunately, you just happen to kind of be, in the start of this conversation as it kind of relates, to it. And so, I mean, I'm glad you brought it up. And, hopefully there's, more education, more awareness. Hopefully the athletic commission, potentially looks at it as well and makes more of an emphasis on that. We can all debate the merit of whether they should have been disqualified, should the striker have been disqualified for that particular act in the moment because of the severity of the potential injury. I'm sorry, my man.
You're good. You're good.
So the potential injury that can come, from going on the wrong count. So I think this is just the start of a conversation that'll go on for a while. So
it's a new sport, man. I mean, we're gonna go through things like this, and I'll be the guinea pig. I'll be the guy that took it and just be like, hopefully the awareness is there now, and just be careful, guys, because we all want to go back home to our families, and we don't want anything tragic happen. That's all I wanted to put out there.
100%, my man. You're a good sport about it, dude, and I appreciate that.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Until next time, Cesar. Take care, my man.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.